hickory-dickory-dock. Time to beat the clock. Time for fun is now begun. Let's all play beat the clock.
Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. For half a century, a quality name in incandescent bulbs, fluorescent tubes and fixtures, photo lamps, radio and television sets, radio and television tubes, and electronic devices. Yes, for homes, offices, schools, and factories, Sylvania.
Let's all play beat the clock.
Now, here is America's #1 clock watcher, Bud Collyer.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Beat the Clock, the show where you're going to have the time of your life playing against time for big-time prizes. Now, if you'll come over here with me, I'd like you to meet again our contestants from last week. Hi, how are you? Are you just as scared as you were last week, are you? And Lieutenant Nuremberger, is that right?
That's right.
N-U-E-R-N-B-E-R-G-E-R. Birmingham, Alabama. We didn't get a chance to find that out last week, as I recall. That is your home, or is that where you stationed?
Well, that's the home.
That's home. Did you meet down there, too, did you?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Let's see, you... Oh, yeah, that's right. You're the ones that have 4 daughters. Did we get the dolls for you last week?
No, we didn't.
You didn't get your Roxanne dolls?
No, we were going to pick them up tonight.
Well, you sure are, boy. I bet those gals be asking questions about that if you don't get them over to them. How long have you been in the Navy, sir?
About 10 years.
And this is a career with you, right?
Sure, that's right.
Well, I have to remind you folks that our bonus stunt tonight is worth $600. It could be you, it could be anybody that comes up to our, it can be any time. Sure, it can happen while you're here, while anybody's up. I don't know when it's going to happen, and it's a lady stunt, of course, right now. It's a little switch. We've always had a gentleman doing it before, but right now, you were just going to start on the $100 clock when time ran out. Did you get a chance to practice at all?
Not much.
You did?
Not much.
Well, come on over and let's see how well you can handle the situation. It has to do with a little butterfly catching, if you remember. I don't mean, thank you, Madeline. I don't mean the butterflies that you might have in your stomach. There's the butterfly net right here, which I'm going to place on the floor right there. These are what we call the butterflies. Now, this is just a plain ordinary balloon, just garden variety balloon. And it's held together, as you noticed, by a little clip, a little spring clothespin. Now, what you have to do is take these out one at a time, hold them over your head, and I tell you to hold them over your head to give them a good start so they get up in the air high. Release one at a time, drop the clip, pick up the net, and catch any one of them in the net. We'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock.
Just one.
Just one's all you got to catch, that's all. Now, take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. You have 55 seconds. You understand your problem? Take a balloon out, get ready, give you that much of a little head start there. Get it all set, hold it in one hand, up over your head. Are you ready? Go. Oh, come on, try another one quick, boy. Well, there's a doozer. Did you get it? Oh, golly. Come on, now, hurry up. You almost had that one. Try again. Get the net up front there. Wait a minute. Stop the clock a minute. Whoa, hold everything. Stop the clock. Let's get this straightened out here for you. Get it out here where you can get at it. Go. Quick. Time's running down here. Both hands going on everything. Hold that net in both hands, Lieutenant, because... Hurry up, quick. Get another one here. Quick. Hurry up. Get this. Quick, grab the net. Don't waste those. Hold it now. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. You're wasting an awful lot of time getting that net up, you know? Here, I'll give you a little bit of a break here. I'll put it over there. Maybe it's easier for you to grab. Is that easier? All right. Get it up there now. You ready? Go. Lieutenant, I never know whether these are harder on the contestants or harder on me, because I'm working right along with you there every minute of the way. You would sneak us down to the wire like that. Does he do that all the time? Does he make you wait right to the last minute like that?
No, it's usually me.
Well, you know, those ones that came down easy, he just sort of watched them go. He didn't go after them at all, man. I think you just did that, make it look hard, did you?
It was a little hard.
Well, all right. And, you know, as a matter of fact, the thing that makes these things tough is the knowledge and the sound of that clock ticking away against you like that. All right. Now, Lieutenant, we got you all set for something here, haven't we, huh? Can't imagine what it is, but let me ask something. When you have a cake, do you bake it all? Do you,
Oh, yes.
Do you? Well, now, who cuts the cake at the table? Do you cut it, or does the lieutenant cut it?
He usually does.
You usually cut the cake, do you?
Yes,
Well, that's
sir.
all we want you to do for us, is cut a cake. Come on over here with me, if you will, please, Lieutenant. Step right up and back of this beautiful cake. Look at the size of that one. Did your wife ever bake one that big?
Not quite that big.
That's a beauty, isn't it, huh?
That's nice. Looks
Yeah,
good.
I tell you, his hair is kind of long. Better put that cap on him to keep it from falling down over his eyes here, I think. Go away, Fly. Go on now. Now, here we have a knife, you see. And all you have to do, Lieutenant, really, for this, pull that good down right over your ears. Pull it right down good and snug. That's it, boy. See, what you have to do is to cut this cake into 2 pieces. I don't care how even it's cut, but you have to start from out here and cut right clear to the bottom, all the way to the back. When it falls apart in 2 pieces, we'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock. Is that okay? Just right straight through the... Oh, golly, I got that knife dirty, didn't I? Well, we have another knife, I think, for you. And here it is right here. But this one you hold in your teeth. That's the idea. Now, if you steady yourself, cut right down through that cake in 2 pieces. Let's see how many seconds you have to do it. 45 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Is your shot. Stand right there so we can take a picture of it. There we are. We're trying to have that for you after the show. The girls will get you all cleaned up. Oh, my. Betty never ate a cake like that at home, did he?
No.
Huh? But isn't that a beautiful cake? Look at the size of it. Boy, we had that specially made just for the lieutenant. Should have had his initials put on the top, too. All right, Ms. Nurnberger, now it's your turn. You carry on for the family because you've gone through the $200 clock. Step up there and turn around, face the audience. Don't turn back until I tell you to. In back of you now is our famous magnetic board, the jackpot board, with all of the words of a famous saying or quotation. And they're all held there by magnetism, but they're all out of order. You've got to get them back in order in 20 seconds from the time I say go so we can read accurately the saying or quotation. Got it? Okay, now don't look till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. All right, stop the clock. All that glitters is not gold. You did it. You did it. You have beaten our jackpot clock. So now, let's see what you've won. Just take a look over here.
It's the 1954 Sylvania Stratford with a 21-inch screen with a great new photo power chassis for photographically clear pictures and even the most distant reception areas. And, of course, the Stratford has halo light for the greatest eye comfort in all television. Congratulations, Lieutenant and Mrs. Nurnberger. You have really hit the jackpot with a Stratford by Sylvania.
My congratulations to you, too. You find the lieutenant good as new backstage. Bye. All right, Roxanne, whom do we have now?
Bud, I'd like you to meet Mr. and Mrs. Paul Hazelberg.
Hazel
Rigg,
Rigg,
sorry,
H-A-Z-E-L-R-I-G.
from Dallas, Texas.
Thank you very much. Mr. and Miss Hazel Rigg, how are you? Miss Hazel Rigg, ladies first. Paul, nice to have you here. Boy, you're a big fella, aren't you, huh? How tall are you?
6'4",
What do you weigh?
230.
Yeah. Boy, you must have special beds down that house of yours,
We
don't
do.
you? I thought so. They grow 'em big down in Texas. You're sales manager for, what is this, Colonial Bread?
Rainbow and Fairmaid.
Oh, let's get all those plugs in there while we can. You're married 18 years? Boy, you must have been real young when you got married. And 4 children.
That's right.
Where are they, all back in Dallas?
All in Dallas.
Is it a business trip or pleasure?
Business.
Uh-huh. Tell me about the children. 2 boys, 2
Two
girls?
boys are the oldest and 2 girls.
Oh, you really got the jackpot,
Wasn't that
didn't
nice?
you? I should say that was. My goodness. How old is the oldest boy?
8,
And the youngest girl?
5 months.
Boy, they ran right in a close package there
They
down
sure
the line,
did. We
didn't they?
waited a long
Well,
time.
we'll sure outfit you with Roxanne. Matter of fact, want to see one of those Roxanne dolls?
I'd love to.
Roxanne, if you're not too busy, could you bring one out? Here it is, right
Oh,
here.
that's darling.
We're going to give you one for each of the little girls.
Wonderful.
And we have a couple of special trucks here for the boys that we'll get little Sylvania trucks. See there? We'll have one for each of those backstage for you. The little doll has a camera that flashes and has, see there? Real cute. She walks, too. Roxanne will show you all that. Thank you very much, Roxanne. Also going to give you some of these Sylvania feather hats here there for the boys. You can take all those along with you after. Right now, let's see what your problem is going to be, because you start out as everyone does on the $100 clock. You do a lot of sewing and mending for that family, don't you?
Not too much.
How are you at threading needles? Are you pretty good?
Well, tonight I might not be so good.
You might not be so good. We have a special kind of a needle and thread for you on the $100 clock. Will you come over here with me, please, Miss Hazelrig, and let's see how this works out. Thank you very much, Madeline. Sorry if I almost tripped you on that cable there. Now, here, we have a cup, you see, of which we poked the bottom out of. We fastened it on this stick. Now, here is a sort of a thread. It's a ribbon, a little bit weighted at one end, so it'll go through easier. And all you have to do is thread that sort of eye of that needle with it for us. Get the idea?
I touch the thread?
No, you can't touch it. No, you just have to thread it just like that. You see, the only difference in the way I did and the way you do it is we're going to turn the fan on for you, you see? And the fan, when it gets going, is going to blow that out in the air like that. You'll see what happens. That's where you have to get it, see? You stand over here. I'll take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. 55 seconds. Go. What'd you say? Can be done? Hold it. Stop the clock just a minute. Now I'm going to show you what the gimmick is. See, most everybody has stumbled on it. We try it on ourselves, and then we try it without telling each other how to do it. What you do is take that little ribbon right smack out of a stream of air like that. See? Then you just slip it right up there. That's all you have to do. Okay, go. Slip it right down. Hold it down. Easy, easy. Wrap it easy. Go right down around the edge of the table, right here. Hold it. Stop the clock again. I'm going to show you again now. See, look. When the fan comes back here like this, take that and just pull it right smack down by the table. See? Right? Just catch it right over the edge of the table. Right in close. Right in close to the fan. That's it. Come on up. Quick. 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 That's it. Stop the clock. Well, you see, there's a trick to everything if you just know how to do it. All right. Well, that got you through the $100 clock, and I'm awful glad that it did, because we hate to have people not thread needles, and we know they have to do it as much as they do at home. Right now, of course, that is just one way to thread, and really an imaginary needle. Of course, there are other ways.
You feel tired.
Well, we're up to the $200 clock now, thanks to the good efforts of threading needles by Mrs. Hazelrig. And let's see what we have coming up now. It happens to be a little cooperative effort between the two of you. Would you mind taking your hat off? Just so you can put a pair of goggles on, because what you're going to do is go spearfishing. Would you both come over here with me, please? Now, if you'll have a seat in this chair, Miss Hazelrig, I'm going to give you these goggles and ask you to put them on. These are just to protect your eyes when you're spearfishing, you know. It's a good idea. And then we cover that in case any of the fish kind of, splash on you. You get them on there so they're comfortable and you can see all right. Can you see okay? Mm-hmm. All right, good. Now, here's your spear, which you are to hold kind of sort of between your feet like that and against the floor. You can pick it up and down like that, move it around any way you want to, holding both hands. The only thing you can't do is reach way over there with it. You'll see why in just a minute. Take a hold in both hands. You've got to help in this. Now, come on over here, Paul. Now, if you will stand behind that table so you're facing your wife. Now, this is where you stand, and you operate with these little cups. And what you have to do is toss these cups over there and try to get one up on top of that spear of your wife. Get the idea? Yes, as soon as one of them sits up there and stays there, we'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock. When you run out of ammunition, we'll bring some more tables of these up for you.
You can lean the stick over.
No, she can't lean over this way. I mean, she can move it a little bit, but if she did that, she could just reach over. You could put it on. There'd be nothing to it, see? Take a look at the clock. See how many seconds you have, see? 55 seconds to get just one cup on there. Are you ready? Go. Doing it right the first time, sir. No, excuse me. Oh, stop the clock just a minute. I think the best way to toss them, believe me, is to toss them kind of like that, so they, flip over too many times. Ready? Go. All right, wait a minute. Hold it. We've got to bring up fresh supply here. Take that table out of the way, if you will, please. Ready? There we are. All right, sir. Come on. Get right up close to the table. Whoop. Reach as far as you want to. You can help. Yes, you can help. Hold it. Stop the clock here. Get another bit of ammunition up here. Here you go, sir. Step right up back of the table. Right up close to the table. Here we go. Go. There we are. Good. Boy, he's really quite graceful at doing that. Well, I tried that this afternoon. I just stood there and I just went like this. He was sort of going, Like that.
He was just determined.
That was all right. I like that foot motion you had in there,
I'm
boy.
an old horseshoe pitcher.
An old horseshoe pitcher. Well, you probably felt like you were right at home there. All right, never had a stake like that to throw at quite, though, did you? Well, good enough. That moves us up now. You're going through the $100, the $200 clock, and the jackpot clock is the next one. That is all yours, Ms. Hazelrig. So, Paul, if you don't mind stepping back over there, you can't help in any way. All you can do is hold good thoughts right over there, if you will, sir. And Miss Hazelrig, step up on this little platform, turn around and face the audience. Now, don't look back until I tell you to, but you know well now that our jackpot board is behind you. And on it are all of the words of a famous saying or quotation, all scrambled up out of order. You've got to get them back in order so they spell out that saying, okay? All this in 20 seconds. Don't look till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Oh, golly, I'm sorry you didn't beat the clock. The clock beat you. Actually, what it is hope springs eternal in the human breast. Hope springs eternal in the human breast. But you've done all right. Paul, come on back here, because you two and your combined efforts have beaten our $200 clock. Let's see what you've won.
For beauty and precision cooking, a Magic Chef electric range. Modern and graceful in design, your Magic Chef is engineered for maximum cooking performance and economical operation. Fingertip controls make operating quick and easy. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Hazelrig. You have just won a Beat the Clock prize worth more than $200.
Well, my congratulations, too. It's a great job to have you here. Let's get those things with this before you leave. Good night. Well, Roxanne, whom do we have now?
Bud, I'd like you to
Mountain
meet
climbing there, huh?
Mr. and Mrs. Ned Shady from Oxford, Connecticut.
Well, thank you very much. That's S-C-H-A-D-E. Welcome. Hey! Listen to that, boy. Just as you get introduced, the bell rings, and that's the cue for the bonus, and you get to try it right off the bat here. All right. Bring in the bonus, and Mrs. Shady, come out here with me, if you will. Just Mrs. Shady. All right. Betty, would you bring it? There we are. Not quite like this afternoon, but very nice. Now, there, put one of those in one hand and one in the other. That's it, one in each hand. Now, as you're holding those pancake turners, you can, if I place them there, you can hold that cup on that one, and you can hold this cup on that one, right? Mm-hmm. Sure you can. Mm-hmm. Now, that's all you have to do. That's the way the stunt ends. But you must do it all by yourself using only those little pancake turners, and you can't use one to help the other. Mm-hmm. This one has got to pick up that cup, this one's got to pick up this cup. Can't get them against your body or anything like that. Take a look at the clock and see how many seconds you have. 50 seconds for $600. Are you ready? Go. Try the other one first. You're right-handed. You may be able to get that out of the way. That's the girl. Now, come on over with it. Don't pull the other one off. Get it right against the box. Don't drop the other one. Take it easy. Don't hurry. Don't hurry. Take it very easy. Oh. Oh, gee, I sure thought you had that there. That would have been a bonus of $600, but a good try. Believe me, that was a good one. That was a real good try. I thought you had it there for a minute. You got to kind of let that string help you. You see, you got to work against the string and kind of let it help tilt that cup back on there.
My
If you
hand
move...
was too shaky.
Well, it wasn't anything like the lady who tried it last week. My goodness, poor soul. She'd practiced all week, and she'd rung up the thing at home and tried it in the hope chance she might get on, and she was shaking so she just couldn't do it. Just beat herself. All right, Mr. and Mrs. Shady, now you are from Oxford, Connecticut. Is that
That's
right?
right.
What do you do, sir?
I'm a principal of a grammar school in Oxford.
Is that so? How long have you been doing that?
Oh, I've been in Oxford 4 years now.
And you have 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl. Is that right?
That's right.
Oh, we shall have... How old are they? Young enough to appreciate dolls
6,
and trucks?
4, and 2.
Oh, sure. Then we got a Roxanne doll for you right after the show for the girl, and a couple of these trucks for the boys, some of those Indian hats, too. All right?
Fine.
Good enough. Fine. All right, now, Mr. and Mrs. Shady, let's see what our problem is going to be. It has to do with you, sir. Did we put a pair of rubbers on your feet to keep you moving
sir.
around? All right. Well, then, what's the matter? You girls having a lot of fun with that, aren't you? Come on over here, Mr. Shady, if you will. Just relax, kids. It's all right. It's all right. This should be a lot of fun for you, sir, as a matter of fact, because we have here a helium-filled large balloon, you see? Now, what you have to do is this. You'll notice that on the other end of this stick here, we have one of these little cereal boxes. There it is right there. Now, what you have to do is this. You see some more cereal boxes over there? What you do is you release this balloon from the stick. You hold it down as close to the stick as you can. You let it go. You immediately go over and pick up the first box, go over and stack it on the last one, get back here in time to prevent this thing from knocking that box off like it is there. Take that one down here, take it all the way down here, stack it on that. Matter of fact, give you a little head start. I'll start you with one already stacked. How's that? And then one after another, each time getting back here in time to grab this, hold that if you wanted to, and keep that box from falling off. Want to take the balloon? I'll pick up the cereal box again, put it up again. Meantime, you take a look over your shoulder and see how many seconds you have from the time I say go. You have 55 seconds to get all 5 boxes stacked up without knocking that one off. Are you ready? Go! Oh, golly, boy. Stack them up again. That's the idea. Stop the clock when we shift like that. Put him back to 50. Give him a break there. Are you ready? Go! Hurry up, boy. Hurry up. Oh, all right. Tell you what. Let's start. Did we start with 2 stacked? Okay. Are you ready? Take it easy now. Go! Oh, look, that really is piling off here. I know, that thing is really moving. Okay, sir. All right, let's give you a little closer so you can get at the thing a little better, and maybe that thing is rising faster than the one before. Ready? Go! Quick, get back. That's it, that's the ball. That's it. Now, you know you can make it. So, B, you want to take your coat off? Would you feel better? Huh? Yes. All right, take your coat off, boy. Come on. Betty, take his coat, will you? That's the idea. Man can move better without his coat on. Now, get it right down real close, you see. Get it right on its side like that if you want. Okay, now, are you all set? Get these in line for you. Go! Oh, dear. All right, let me stack them up here, will you? Okay. Are you ready? Go! There, you got one. Okay. Take it. Go. Whoop. It's all right. Your main ones didn't fall down, so there you are now. Get them out of your way so you don't run right into them. You ready again? Go. Let me warn you. Hold the clock a minute. Stop it. On this last one, be careful you don't knock all those down just from anxiety. You see, they'd be swinging around there, so be awful careful with this one. Are you ready? Go. Don't knock them down. Attaboy! You did it! Oh, boy. Okay, good. Congratulations to you, fella. You did a good job on that one. Oh, my, I'm telling you, those get kind of close, don't they, like that, huh? Main thing is that was a double-edged thing. You see, not only do you have to worry about the one over here, but you had to worry when you get over here, you might knock those other things down, and that's what I didn't want you to do.
Millions of people.
Well, Mr. Shady, as principal of a school, you certainly ought to be accustomed to handling books. Is that right?
Right.
All right. Will you both come over here with me, because I have a little something in handling books for you two people. And Ned, since you raced around there so much, you can lie right down here with your head on this pillow and your body stretched out that way, if you will, please. Put your head on there, be real comfortable. Now, Mr. Shady, I want you to stand right here. See, and you can't move any closer, and that's where you have to stand. Now, I have here 3 books. Mr. Shady, going to ask you to put your feet up in the air. You can support them with your hands any way you want. Your feet right up in the air so that I can place a book on top of one. Now, when I say go, your wife will place one book on here. You transfer it to that foot. Then she'll put another one on here. You put it on top of that one. Then the third one on top of that. And when you got all 3 stacked up on that foot, I'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock. Let your feet down and rest a minute now while I take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. You have 55 seconds, and use your hands to support your legs. You'll find it helps quite a good bit. Now, you'll have to bring that foot over here to get it each time because she can't come any closer. Are you ready? Go! Get it easy. Get your toe down closer. Go right ahead to the next one. Go ahead to the next one. Get your toe down towards you so it doesn't fall back. All right, there's one. Start over. It's easier on it. I'll give you the one you had, and you start from there. You ready? Go. the next one. I'll get this one. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh. Well, you have 11 seconds left, and our time has run out. Now, what do you want to do? Can you come back next week? You can do that exercise at home. It'll be wonderful for you, all right? That's one you can really try at home. We'll see you next week. You'll be our first contestants at that time. Thank you very much. Right now, this is Bud Collyer speaking for Sylvania and hoping that next time may be your time to beat the clock. Good night, everybody.
This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Codman production. Produced in association with the CBS Television Network. Roxanne sound by Larry Otto. Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. This is Vern Bennett reminding you to tune in every week at the same time for Beat the Clock.